Maybe that's not such a bad thing, though. I mean, everybody has become super sensitive. And there's the suggestion, isn't there, that people actually have a right to be offended, but being offended doesn't necessarily mean that things should change.
When I was in Fiji, I happened to be sitting at breakfast one morning. The only other person at the table was a British guy who was in Fiji doing underwater conservation, it turned out. And he asked me what I was up to. I told him that I was a photographer traveling around the world. And he said, well, I don't suppose you have an underwater camera, do you? And I said, well, funny you should ask.
For someone that is in love with love, and I'm speaking about myself, I kind of come to realize that the institution of marriage and love are two separate things, in my opinion.
Yeah.
See, I don't have any issue with partnerships. I love partnerships. But I think it's about the assumptions that make partnerships work that I'm struggling with.
And if you think about our education system, it's put a premium on memorization of information. But that may not be the most important thing. The most important thing may be how you think and how you cognitively process information in order to ask better questions to an AI or a machine learning device that has access to an infinite number of databases that can give you answers.
Whatever brings mom joy right now, that, and we all are okay with that, but it was a little painful at first. Like, she's not singing anymore. She's not playing piano anymore. She's not in her art room anymore.
Were you worried that she was depressed because of that? Or was it just that you kind of see parts of her sort of drifting away?
I found what was interesting to me with what you wrote was, so you described this idea, and there was a mother and a baby, and it's all about pollution. And then the kind of ghost light thing comes out of the exhaust. Now, I have to say that when we were going through the process of doing those kind of commercials, that's exactly what we were looking for, because you'd be in a room, you brainstorm, and you go, there's an idea.
I was just going to say how fun it is that to scare people. You were mentioning that in your article. And honestly, it is damn fun to scare people. I don't know why it is. It's terrible. It's probably mean, but it's incredibly fun.
I argue that movies have been an important way of doing leadership, because non-Caucasian men have still, even though Asia is full of Asian men, globally, our sense of who is running the show is still oftentimes white guys. And so popular culture has, over several generations, filled what I would say a leadership gap.
And I'm an older guy, and what do older people think about if we're this age, perhaps any age, is our own mortality, and what are we going to become, or we can become anything. Is there any? I go back to that phrase: how have we impacted the world around us? What have we done to make the world a little different, a little better, hopefully?